Alright, yo, we are live. I'm gonna talk about SummerSlam. NY Harvey, back at it again. Like I said, I'm back to just grinding. Path of redemption. Only way I could do it is by being alone and doing it that way. But we'll get to the spiritual stuff another time on my spiritual page. We're here to talk about SummerSlam. Now, before we get into the craziness, that was the main event, which was very controversial. We're going to talk about some of the matches that went down first. The Brock Lesnar versus Cody Rhodes match was pretty good, but I felt like it should have been a 3 stages as hell, or any type of stipulation type of match. I felt like that definitely should have been the direction that they should have went with that, and I was not expecting it to be the opening match. I thought Logan Paul would be the opening match. Actually, he was. I ain't gonna lie, I did miss the first match and had, but yeah, it was. I had to make sure I look it up real quick. Apologies for that. Now that I know that, I knew that was be the case. Logan wanted to go see Jake Paul's debut, which I thought it was an MMA fight, but it was a boxing fight. Okay, cool. So, we knew that Logan Paul was going to get that victory, well, most likely, and also I felt like he wanted to get that match out the way so he could go see his brother fight, which was the clear case. But also, Logan Paul needed to pick up momentum after losing to Seth Rollins at WrestleMania. He hadn't made that much appearances after WrestleMania, so he needed to come to SummerSlam and come with a big win. That match was an absolute banger. I did see the highlights in the review. That match was an absolute banger. Logan Paul throwing it down with Ricochet, threw some athletic moves. I did have to catch up with the rest of the event and see the highlights while I'm going through the event. It was an absolute banger. I liked what I saw. Nevertheless, win is win. Let's get into Brock Lesnar versus Cody Rhodes. Like I said, I thought it should have been a 3 stages of hell match. Even though I just covered it, a little bit rusty, it's okay. Happens. Brock Lesnar versus Cody Rhodes, I really feel like I said again, and I'm going to repeat this again, I don't feel like it should have been a regular match. Like, they should have had it no disqualification, because why have Cody Rhodes pick up a steel step if it's a regular match? Don't you think it should have been a gimmick match? I feel like a 3 stages of hell match would have went to it. Obviously, Cody tried to get the dog collar match, and he wanted that as a tribute to his father, but obviously WWE, they said, that ain't happening. So we could have had a Bull World match, I feel like. But we didn't get that. We got a regular match, which is okay. And I really like, even though that wasn't planned, Brock Lesnar showing respect to Cody. That definitely helped. Being the second match of the night, I feel like it should have been one of the final matches. I don't think one of the female matches didn't got that spot. LA Knight winning the Slim Jim Battle Royal. There's no need to talk about this one. LA Knight needed to win this one in order to keep getting pushed. He's over with the crowd. I'm expecting big things for LA Knight, especially getting a big win at SummerSlam, one of the biggest pay-per-views, one of the biggest main events. One of the biggest pay-per-views of the summer. Biggest pay-per-view of the summer. One of the biggest pay-per-views, y'all get what I'm saying, of the big 4, the big 3. That was big for LA Knight. I'm expecting that he gets pushed even more. Now, I feel like I want him to be put in to the world heavyweight title scene, because obviously Universal title, that should be saved for either Jey Uso or Cody Rhodes. But we gonna get into all that. Trust me, we gonna get into all that happened in the main event. We gonna get into all that because it was crazy. LA Knight was a big win, but he'll most likely go after the United States title and win it. Very good decision in my book. He will get so over with the crowd once he gets the United States title. MMA fight with Shayna Baszler versus Ronda Rousey. I'm going to keep it real with you. I was not tuned into the females match. The women's division nowadays needs a fresh change. I do not like what's going in the direction with the women's division. I just don't like it. This match right here, this MMA match, was another reason why I was not feeling it. I feel like it should have been a Lions Den match if that was going to be the case of an MMA fight. Why did we have a regular ring? Put them in the octagon. It was only right for that to happen. But then doing stuff like this, I don't know. And the finish, to me, it felt real cheesy. Just submitting her like that. I was expecting Baszler to go full berserker crazy on Ronda Rousey. But, hey, it is what it is. Yo, I feel like there should have been a Lions Den match if that was the case. They should have brought back the Lions Den if we was going to get that. Gunther versus Drew McIntyre. Many people saying that Drew's going to turn heel and go after Seth Rollins now. But after losing, nah, I feel like Gunther should have lost. I feel like Gunther winning was the right decision. Drew McIntyre needs to be built up. He just came back at Money in the Bank. I feel like they need to properly build this up to WrestleMania, where Drew will most likely get his win there. But I wouldn't have a problem with him being back into the main event scene after the World Heavyweight title, and most likely defeating Seth Rollins at Mania 40. I wouldn't mind that. Still, it was an excellent match. You know, these guys, they have good chemistry, Gunther and Drew McIntyre. So these guys are always going to throw down every chance that they get. You know, Gunther, with his elite title run, one of the most dominant intercontinental title runs in WWE history. This man is going to pass the Honey Talk Man. He's definitely going to touch the legacy that the Honky Talk Man put out there. He's going to pass him. This title reign is elite. I don't even know who can beat him. Gunther is unstoppable. And it only puts my case in that Gunther should be the person to dethrone Seth Rollins at Mania 40. I wouldn't even mind him holding both titles. That would be crazy, but he'll most likely drop the IC title in the near future. But as soon as he passes Honky Talk Man, I'm pretty sure they'll start seeing who's potential candidates to dethrone him. You know, a LA Knight or a Montez Ford, especially him turning heel now. I know he proves the case. Somebody at that line, but we'll get into that another time. But Gunther has only made his case even stronger. Drew McIntyre, I think he needs to properly be built up. You know, he's only been back for like, I say, a good 2 months, 3 months. Let's build him up more stronger so we could see what we can do for him with that. But it still was a great match, nevertheless. Let's get into Seth Rollins versus Finn Balor. I know a lot of people expected Seth Rollins to win. You know, Seth Rollins, he's only had the title for a couple of months now. They want him to have a long title run, a dominant one at that, so they could bring prestige to the World Heavyweight title. They don't want it to be a short run. He has not held the title since 2019, since he lost to Bray Wyatt. and Saudi Arabia. He was long overdue for another world title run. They want the world heavyweight title to bring prestige. I feel like Seth Rollins is the guy. But did I feel like what I covered in my prediction video should have happened? I mean, my prediction when I put out there? Yes. I feel like that should have happened. I feel like Finn Balor should have got his win and Damian Priest should have turned heel. That would have led to them feuding and Finn bringing out the demon at Mania 40 and winning and getting his redemption and completing it. And having a title run. I talk about Finn Balor being 42 and it being too late. It's not going to be too late. He's doing the best work of his life. Yes, his character was not as really good the past couple of years. They really nerfed him a bit, but they're starting to pick him back up again. I feel like he's going to get his world title run. Bro, we got to say here, bro. What's up, Ken? LA Knight like damn near 42 as well. Y'all talking about pushing him as a world title. Why not Finn Balor? I feel like definitely we should have had a heel turn with Damian Priest. Let Finn win. Damian heel turn, cash in, get the win, have them feud for it, and lead to a match at Mania. That should have been the perfect way to go about it. But as we saw what we saw, that definitely looks like tensions is going to be resolved. And it looked like Finn might turn heel. Well, he's already heel. It look like Finn gonna stay heel. Or it can go either way. Because we see what happened with the finish. Damian Priest costing him this big problems with the Judgment Day. And it looks like the Judgment Day is set to unfold soon. Which would be crazy. Say what you want. The Judgment Day did real good work too. I ain't gonna lie. Because, due to the fact, Finn was the right decision to be put in this. Because it definitely changed the trajectory of his career. More so than what Edge would have done. But, hey, let's do that. And I'm really upset about Edge being left off this show, too. I feel like he should have had a match. He's in almost the final year of his career. We need to have him on the show as much as we can. Now, let's get into the women's triple threat match. I ain't gonna lie, the triple threat match, it was alright. It was better than the Ronda Rousey match, but it was just alright at best. Like I said, the women's division needs to touch up. The women's division needs work. The women's division needs something that's gonna bring the women's division to life. And that's gonna help out with women that want to be in WWE one day. The women's division here, bro, it is no worse than what the fuck is going on in AEW. How many times do I gotta tell you? When it comes to these wrestling companies, if you want to make a good women's division, we need ways and stories that is going to help out with that. Bianca Belair should have turned heel here. But I did like that Io Sky cashed in and won the title. I'll say that. But it was a short match, you know. Obviously, a lot of the matches were short because the main event was going to be longer. But, yeah, it was a decent match. Better than the MMA match with Rousey. That's definitely for sure. But, yeah, Io Sky was a good decision cashing in. I will say that, and I'll get into that. Now, let's get into the craziness that happened in this main event. This main event was lit. I don't know what other people were saying about it being trash. Some of it being positive reviews, some of it being trash. This main event was not trash. It was unexpected as hell. I knew they was going to put on a banger, much as they always did with their first two matches, Roman Reigns and Jey Uso throwing down. I knew Solo Sikoa was most likely going to get in the mix and it'd be 2-on-1. But Jey Uso was holding his own, and he almost had it to the end. And two, damn, Jimmy Uso turning his back on Jay. I did not expect that. That was crazy, top of the line storyline right there. If anything, I expected Jimmy to come and help his brother. I don't think he's in cahoots with Roman Reigns or Solo or Paul Heyman, because their reactions to their face, they look shook. They look like it was unexpected. So this was not planned by the Bloodline. What Planet Productions on YouTube said about Jimmy being selfish. Jimmy being selfish and feeling like Jay is selfish and feeling jealous. That's going to be the main part of this storyline. Now we got another couple of months of action-packed. Most likely lead to a big WrestleMania match. I wouldn't mind that being night one of the main event. Most likely Seth Rollins will get that spot. We'll cover that another night. But now we have the Usos splitting up. I never thought this day would be coming. I thought they would stick together for the longest of their career. I never expected that. And now we got Jay Uso versus Jimmy. This storyline is going to be crazy. We got to see how this is going to unfold on Friday. Yes, Friday Night SmackDown. But, we got to see this play out. We just got to let Triple H cook with this. Now, none of this would be possible without Roman Reigns and the work that he's been putting in the 3 years since he's had his dominant title run. Putting these guys in the main event scene like this and having them drop jaws, it's pretty cool to see. See, this right here is a top feud. Because Roman Reigns will probably take another break until Survivor Series. And then we won't see him until like Royal Rumble or WrestleMania. I still want Cody Rhodes to dethrone Roman Reigns to complete his story. And the Brock Lesnar match only proves it. Looking at the lineup, you know what I'm saying? I feel like, I could see why they didn't bring somebody in like a Bray Wyatt or The Rock. Because, obviously, this is going to be the topic. This is all that they need. They're going to be talking about is Jimmy Uso turning on Jay. We got to see how this feud is going to go. This was unexpected. WWE definitely did something big here in that department with that. And now we have a big rivalry in hands with these two. And it has potential. So we just got to let that play out. But this is my SummerSlam predictions. I will cover some NBA. I missed a little bit with free agency. I will make up for lost time with that. But until then, this was my SummerSlam review. And I will check back with y'all later. And while I'll be signing out.